Hello, welcome on School of Advanced Chemistry. This is Sumit Kumar Gupta. We were discussing about the nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy, and in previous lectures we have already discussed what is the NMR spectroscopy and how it works. Okay, I have already discussed in a previous lecture that if we talk about proton or we talk about nuclei, nuclei will behave as like a tiny magnetic field, tiny magnet. So if they are magnet, they will have a magnetic moment. So yesterday we have derived a equation, formula for magnetic moment for nuclei. So today I will discuss So yesterday we have already discussed that what is the magnetic moment for a nuclei, what is the magnetic moment, of a nuclei. Okay, so what was the formula for magnetic moment of a nuclei? The formula was mu m is equal to z mu n under root I plus 1, where I was the spin quantum number for a nuclei, where I was the spin quantum number of nuclei. Okay, so this was the magnetic moment. This was the magnetic moment for a nuclei. Okay, so it will have a direction. Magnetic moment have a direction. What direction will a magnetic moment have? Direction of a magnetic moment and angular momentum will be same. We have already seen that what is the relationship between magnetic moment and angular moment. So quantum mechanics, if we talk about quantum mechanics, there was a restriction about the space quantization. Okay, so about the z axis, what will be the magnetic moment of a nuclei? Okay, so let starting from here. Okay, this is z, this is plus z direction, and this is minus z direction. Okay, if a magnetic moment has a direction like that, so along z axis, let angle between z axis and specific direction of magnetic moment is theta. So mu z, so what will mu z will mu m cos theta. What will mu z? What is the mu z? Mu z is equal to mu m cos theta. It is mu z is equal to mu m cos theta. It will a magnetic moment, nuclei will have a magnetic moment along z axis which has a quantitative value mu m cos theta. Second thing, that magnetic moment along z axis is a eigen function. Okay, it has a eigenvalue, so it has a eigenvalue mu z is equal to mi h by 2 pi. This is the magnetic moment. Mu z is equal to mi h upon 2 pi. And what is the value of mu m? Mu m has a value under root I plus 1 h upon 2 pi. So what is the relationship between mu m and mu z? Relationship between mu m and mu z is equal to mu m cos theta. So mu z will mu m is equal to under root I plus 1 cos theta and h upon 2 pi. This is mu z. Okay, this is mu z. Mu z is mu z is equal to under root I plus 1 h upon 2 pi cos theta. Under root I plus 1 h upon 2 pi is mu m. This is mu z. Mu z is equal to mu m cos theta, and mu z is equal to mi h upon 2 pi. It has mi h upon 2 pi. Mu z is equal to mi h upon 2 pi. So it h upon 2 pi under root I plus 1 cos theta. Cos theta. So mu m. So mi is under root I plus 1 h upon 2 pi cos theta. Cos theta. This is mi. This is mi. This is mi. Mi is under root I plus 1 h upon 2 pi cos theta. H upon 2 pi cos theta. Is it clear? Okay, so mu z. If we talk about mu z is equal to what is the mu z? Mu z is equal to mu m cos theta, and mu m is equal to g mu n under root I plus 1. Is it clear? And mu z is equal to mu m cos theta. This is the value of mu m, and this is cos theta. And we have already derived that mi is equal to under root I plus 1 h upon 2 pi cos theta. So putting the value of under root I plus 1 cos theta, I under root I plus 1 mi. This is not h upon 2 pi. Okay, mi is equal to under root I plus 1 cos theta. So putting the value of under root I plus 1 cos theta here, mu z will g mu n, and this is mi. This is a magnetic moment of a nuclei in z direction. Mu z is equal to g mu n mi. Mi will have a value of plus I to minus I. For a particular value of I, there will be 2I plus 1 value. For example, if we have a proton has a quantum number, spin quantum number half, so it will have a value of plus half to minus half. So mu z along the z axis, magnetic moment along z direction will be, if mi is half, so this will be half g mu n. If mi will be minus half, it will have a value of minus half g mu n. Is it clear? So there is a magnetic moment mu m, and there is a associated magnetic moment along z direction, that is mu z is equal to mu m cos theta. Theta is angle between z direction and the magnetic moment. So mu z is equal to mu m cos theta. So if we want to calculate that what is the magnetic moment along z direction, it will have mu z is equal to g mu n mi. It is the magnetic moment along z direction. Mu z is equal to g mu n mi. G is a nuclei G factor, mu n is a Bohr magneton. It has a value of 5.04 into 10 to the power minus 27 joule per Tesla, and mi has a value of plus I to minus I, 2I plus 1. Total value of mi will be 2I plus 1. Is it clear? So this is the magnetic moment. This is magnetic moment along z axis. Okay, so why we calculate the magnetic moment along z direction? Okay, so basically, in absence of any external magnetic field, all nuclei, all spin state of nuclei will have a same energy level, There is a degeneracy between all energies, energy level of spin state. But in presence of external magnetic field, degeneracy break. degeneracy break. So what is the principle of nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy? We will break the degeneracy of nuclei. We will break the degeneracy of nuclei, and we will transit nuclei from ground state to excited state, and we will receive a spectra. We will receive a spectra, and we will identify our molecule. So we will apply a external magnetic field in z direction. So magnetic moment of a nuclei along z axis will interact with external magnetic field. Okay, so what is the energy? What is the energy of a nuclei in external magnetic field? If we apply a external magnetic field V, strength of magnetic field V, what will be the energy of nuclei? Is it clear? So we are applying first thing we are applying a external magnetic field, which has a strength of V. Okay, so potential energy of a nucleus in a magnetic field of nuclei will interact with magnetic field of nuclei. Okay, so external field will interact with magnetic field of nuclei. So potential energy of a nuclei energy of nuclei in external magnetic field, field of strength V. Strength of external magnetic field is V. If we are applying a magnetic field along z axis, what will be the energy of a nuclei in this external field? So energy will be minus V mu z. Energy will be minus V mu z. Okay, so E is equal to minus V mu n G mi. Mu z is equal to, what is the value of mu z? We have just calculate the value of mu z. Mu z is equal to minus V mu n G mi, where mi has the value of plus I to minus I. This is the energy of a nuclei in external magnetic field of strength V. Is it clear? Okay, mu n and G are constant for a specific nuclei. Okay, it is constant for a specific nuclei. So E we can write minus V is the strength of external magnetic field. This is gamma, nu constant, and this is mi, and integral of h upon 2 pi. This is energy, where gamma is equal to mu n G. Gamma is equal to mu n gamma h upon 2 pi is equal to mu upon G. This is 2 pi mu n G upon h. This is gamma. Gamma is magneto constant. Okay, so energy of a nuclei in external magnetic field having a strength V is E is equal to minus B gamma mi h upon 2 pi. Is it clear? This is a potential energy. This is the energy of a nuclei in external magnetic field. For example, if you have a nuclei which have a value of I is equal to 0, value of I is equal to 0, so what will be the value total spin state will be 2i plus 1, total spin state will be 1, so this will have only value of 0, only value of 0. So energy nuclei or such type of nuclei will which have a spin quantum number 0 will have a energy E in external magnetic field. Mi value, putting mi is equal to 0, it will have 0. So there will be no interaction, there will be no splitting of energy levels in such a type of nuclei which have I is equal to 0. It's mean if a nuclei have I is equal to 0, it will not show NMR spectroscopy. So such type of nuclei are NMR inactive. Okay, this was the first example. If I is equal to 1, what is 2i plus 1 total state? Total state will be 2i plus 1. So total state will be 3. What will be the state? Plus 1, 0, minus 1. So what will be the energy of a nuclei in external magnetic field? What will be the value? E1. If this is minus 1, so this will be energy is equal to minus V gamma mi. Sorry, mi has a value of plus 1 h upon 2 pi. E2 is equal to 0 and E3 will equal to B gamma h upon 2 pi. So in absence of external magnetic field, all three spin state will have same energy. There will be degeneracy between mi, value of mi is equal to plus 1, 0, minus 1. But as we apply a external magnetic field, degeneracy will break and B will have 3 energy level, E1, E2, E3. If B have I is equal to, how? It will have how many spin state? It will have 2i plus 1. It means spin state, number of spin state will 2. What are the spin state? Plus half, 2, minus half. There are 2 spin state for a nuclei having quantum number half. So what will be the energy? Energy will be, this is plus half minus V gamma h upon 4 pi, and what will be the second energy? Second energy will be V gamma h upon 4 pi. Okay, so in presence of, we have seen that in presence of external magnetic field, how energy degeneracy of energy level will break. So for NMR transitions, for nuclear magnetic resonance, there is a must condition that on applying external magnetic field there should be degeneracy break. If there is no degeneracy break, it's mean the transitions, it mean it will not absorb light, or it will not take a transition. So we will not get any NMR spectra. Is it clear? So the energy of nuclei in external magnetic field of B will be E is equal to minus B mu n g mi. Minus B mu n g in form of mu n g mi. So this is energy of a nuclei in external magnetic field is minus B mu n g mi, or this is minus B gamma mi h upon 2 pi. Is it clear? Okay, so this was the potential energy of a nucleus. So here for a nucleus, for a proton nuclei. Okay, so for a proton nuclei, Okay, so there are some points which we will have to understand. Okay, if spin quantum number I is equal to half, so there will be two state. So mi will have value of plus half or minus half. Okay, so value of E1, what will the value? Mi is equal to half, so it will have value of minus half V mu n G, or it will have E2 is equal to minus half, it will half V mu n G, or you can write in form of this E1. What will be the value of E1? E1 is equal to half, E1 is equal to half, putting half, so minus V gamma minus half V gamma H upon 2 pi, and E2 is equal to will be half V gamma H upon 2 pi. So what is the difference between energy level of E2 and E1? What will be the value of? It will have the value of E2 is equal to half B mu n G plus minus plus half, it will value of, what will the value? V mu n G, or V gamma H upon 2 pi. This is the energy difference. This is the energy difference between two energy level, two spin state of a nuclei having a energy having a spin quantum number half. This is the energy difference. Okay, this is energy difference. So what I want to tell you on this level, I just want to explain that the difference between two energy level. The difference between two energy level is the function of applied external magnetic field. Delta E is the linear function of B. Delta E is the linear function of external magnetic field. Delta E is equal to minus B mu n G, Y is equal to mx plus C. So it's mean delta E has a linear relation with V. So mu n is a function of V. As the value of V will increase, as the value of external magnetic field will increase, the energy difference between two spin state will also increase. Is it clear? So in a nuclei which have a spin state half. Okay, so value of mi will plus half plus minus half to spin state. Here in absence of external magnetic field, okay, as we apply a external magnetic field, and delta E is the function of external magnetic field, is a linear relation with external magnetic field. So the splitting of energy level of energy of is plus half plus minus half energy level. This is a delta E. This has a linear relationship with external magnetic field. So this type there is splitting of energy level in such a manner. So this is a plus half, this is plus half energy level, and this is minus half energy level. Plus half energy level has a less value than minus half. Okay, so we have already seen minus b mu and g mi. So what is the value of plus half? Will be negative. So this is a negative with respect to this very center. Okay, so this phenomena is in presence of external magnetic field. 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 In presence of external magnetic field, degenerate energy level. Degenerate energy level. Degeneracy of spin state will break. Okay, this is the energy spin state of plus half, this is spin state of minus half. Okay, so how the degeneracy of spin state will break in presence of external magnetic field. This is the phenomena of interaction of external magnetic field with magnetic moment of nuclei. Is it clear? So here, so in presence of external magnetic field, degeneracy of spin state will break. Okay, so let there are nuclei in this ground state level. Okay, so if this radiation has a energy delta E is equal to h nu, energy A equal to this energy gap. So these nuclei will absorb this radiation and will transit from ground state. This is ground state, this is ground state, this is ground state, and this is excited state. This is excited state. It will absorb this radiation and will transit from ground state to excited state. After relaxation, here nuclei will relax and the emit radiation will give a spectra of NMR. So first thing we need to understand how this process will give us a information about a specific nuclei. Okay, so first thing we need to understand that the energy gap between these two spin state is a linear function of external magnetic field. Okay, as let me explain. Let this is increasing strength of external magnetic field. If external magnetic field has this value, it will give transition from here. This will be the energy gap between two spin state. If we increase external magnetic field, we come to here. The energy gap between two energy level will increase, and this will be the energy gap to transit of a nuclei from ground state to excited state. Further, if we increase the magnetic field, so the transition we will get at this frequency, at this energy level. So if there are net proton, so every proton will have a same energy difference between any specific external magnetic field. But in sample we will discuss how every nuclei in sample we will see that how nuclei will have a different energy splitting different energy level in any specific external magnetic field. This was naked proton. This was naked proton. There are no any electron density or any charge circulation around this nuclei. But in reality, if we talk about any sample, any specific molecule, there are not only protons, there are also electron density. On applying external magnetic field, not only nuclei but also electrons will revolve, and it will generate a magnetic it will induce a magnetic field. So what is the relationship between external magnetic field and induced magnetic field of an electron? So in general the magnetic field induced by electron is in the opposite direction of external magnetic field. So the external magnetic field we are applying will not feel by a nuclei as we are applying, because some external magnetic field can be cancelled by magnetic field generated by electrons. Okay, so we will see how this phenomena will happen. Okay, so mechanism of absorption of radiation by nucleus. Okay, so first thing what if this is z direction, okay, direction of applied external magnetic field. Okay, let this is magnet, north pole south pole, ठीक. This is external magnetic field. If there are small lots of small magnets, there are lots of, this is N, S, S, N, S, S, N. There are lots of tiny magnet in this large external magnetic field. What phenomena will happen? In external magnetic field, there are only two possibility to be reorientation of this magnet. What? It will S N or it will N S. What is the mean? It mean that if there are randomly placed tiny magnet, north south, there is random orientation of tiny magnet. When we apply external magnetic field force to these tiny magnets in the orientation, in the direction of its own. There are only two possibilities, that they are in same direction of external magnetic field or they are in opposite direction of external magnetic field. There are no other any possibility to be stay of these magnets in this external magnetic field. Look, this is a tiny magnet NS. On applying external magnetic field, it force this external magnetic field force to this tiny magnet to be in such a way, or there is any second possibility that it can have this orientation. So if there is this orientation, so here attraction, here is attraction. If south pole and north pole, it will have a repulsion. So attraction will decrease its energy and repulsion will increase energy of this magnet. Okay, so in magnet, it will force external magnetic field will force these tiny magnets to be in same direction or to be in opposite direction. Okay, but okay, let me okay, so this is a box. Okay, so there is random orientation. There is random orientation. Okay, there is random orientation. This is absence of external magnetic field. Okay, now applying external magnetic field. This is magnet of strength B. We are applying external magnetic field of strength B. Okay, so these are tiny magnets. So same phenomena should be happen here, that this external magnetic field will force these tiny magnets to orient opposite or align in the direction of external magnetic field. Okay, but there is a restriction. This external magnetic force is forcing these magnets to be stay in opposite direction or in same direction. Okay, so this is a proton and this is a magnetic moment direction. This is a mu m. On applying external magnetic field in strength of V. What this external magnetic field wants? This external magnetic field will force this nuclei to be stay in same direction of external magnetic field or in opposite direction of external magnetic field. But there is a restriction. What this external magnetic field want? This want that or this should be in such a way. But there is a restriction in quantum mechanics for a proton, that there is a restriction of direction in angular momentum of magnetic moment. No any arbitrary direction of magnetic moment or angular momentum can't take place in case of proton. So external magnetic field is forcing this tiny magnet to be reorient with respect to this external in direction of this external magnetic field. This may be in same direction or in opposite direction, but quantum mechanics has a restriction that it can't be stay in such a manner. So what is the resultant of this restriction? What is the resultant of this restriction and this force? This magnet or this proton will start to bobble along its spin axis. It will start bobble along the direction of external magnetic field. It will start bobble. It is starting. Okay, so the frequency with which this proton is revolving or processing is known as precession frequency. So what is the precession frequency and what is the precession frequency of this proton has a relation with incoming radio wave, so that there may be transition from ground state to excited state. Okay, so we need to understand what is the precession frequency. So precession frequency is the resultant of quantum mechanical restriction and force applied by external magnetic field on that tiny magnet. Is it clear? So on next class we will discuss what is the mechanism of absorption of radiation by nucleus, and we will discuss the instrument of NMR spectroscope, and after that class we will start organic nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy, module 2. So from module 2 we will discuss also assignment for every class.